Bump, bashers. Hey, everybody, it's Tuesday, July 15th at 5:05 Eastern Daylight Savings Time in the United States of America, New York City, where I live. It's your show. I just hosted. I'm happy to be here. Tuesday, Speedy Tuesday. What are we wearing on the wrist? Speedy Reduced. It's pretty much my daily driver. I swap it around from time to time, but you know how it is. I love me my Speedies. One day, first Omega in space. Soon, I don't know when. Someday, my Speedy will come. Someday, my Speedy will come. Da, 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 woo. Whoop, whoop. It's Dave Fitzsimons in at number one. The Bashard number one. Great to see Dave Fitzsimons, a super basher, unparalleled, like so many of you. I love to see you in at number one. Did you ever get a Basher of the Day song, Nick? Nick Brooker's number two. Look at this guy. He's unbelievable. Unbelievable. Dave, hit me up. Tell me if you've gotten the Basher of the Day song. I don't know that you have. I'm trying to think. Can I look in my list? Let's see. Dave Fitzsimons. Dave Fitzsimons. Dave. Oh, he did. Dave Fitz. You got one. And you got it on May 27th of 2025. What song did you get? Let's see what you got. Did you get bashes all around? Not quite sure. I'm looking for it. I think you did. Good to know, Dave Fitzsimons, but congratulations on that. And Nick, I don't know what to say about you, man. You came in like a house on fire. You're absolutely unbelievable. You know what? I didn't put any fragrance on, and it is summertime, so I'm going to be wearing Quercus. Quercus. Let's give it a nice spritz. Quercus, courtesy of the gorgeous, incredible Jocelyn. How are you? Hello, how are you? Oh, man, do I love that. It's so summery and so fresh. And it seems like I've become quite the influencer, and I'm very proud of it. And I've got so many of you to thank since I did the fragrance shows. We got the big guy wearing Quercus for the summer. We have various other people apparently who've purchased it and are wearing it. And I'm very happy that you're wearing this beautiful cologne, eau de cologne for summer. Because summer is a great time to wear an eau de cologne. Because you don't want to be stinking up the place. You know, it's summery, it's fresh. There's neroli, there's bergamot, there's citrus. That's what you want to smell like. Manly, yes. However, you want to smell fresh. Because everybody, like you just got off a yacht. That's what that smells like, Quercus, the incomparable Penhaligon's. Thanks so much. Kevin Landon's here, upvoted number 2 today. Happy Tuesday to Dirk and all the bashers. We'll be catching the replay all week long as Monday was my only day off. Boo-hoo, boo-hiss-boo. I don't even know where Monday went. It kind of came and went. Take care, stay safe, and be good to yourselves. So I'll tell you what, like I told you on Sunday that we were going to book the stuff and all that stuff. Done. Finished today. So those dates for all the bashers out there is that I'll be leaving here on September the 17th. We get to Italy on the 18th, and we have to take a very long train ride to get to Le Marche, because we looked into all the other ways to get there, like by plane. There's one plane a day, and there's no way we're going to make that because it's like, it doesn't make any sense. And to get back, that airport that's over there is shite. Absolute crap. So we're going to be taking the train, and then on the 27th of September, we're going to leave Fano early, one day early to get to Rome so we can get out of there. So we'll spend a night in Rome and probably see one of Paul's cousins that lives there, which would be great. And be fun, Filippo. He's a great dude. We stayed with him last time we were there. Drewby do coffee in my handsome Joe LaFaro glass. I'll tell you what I'm drinking. It's not Drewby do coffee today, and I should be drinking that because I was in the supermarket and I saw the Attibasi coffee, and I bought it once before and I liked it. Like, I need to be buying coffee. I've got so much coffee in the house. I don't like this. You know what? This is not my delicious Drewby do coffee. This stuff feels like I like a punch in the face with coffee, but this tastes like the biggest, boldest, nastiest bouncer punch me in the face. It's just a little too harsh for me. Not my thing. but I bought it. It was super cheap. It was $5.99 for 10 capsules for my Nespresso machine. Whatever. Thank you, Kevin Landon. And he says, why does the purple crown mean number one? I just discovered that myself. Why don't I open up I'll open up another browser and see exactly what's going on with that. So it seems to me as if YouTube has incorporated number one fans into people's shows, people who show up, and it's crazy. Because what I'll do is I'll pause this right now, and I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about for those of you who didn't notice, and a lot of you did, most of you did. But look at this crap, right? So look at this. David Simon's number one. Nick, did they move stuff around? Oh, there it is. Andrew, yeah, they did. They took stuff off. Did they? Or they just removed some of the crowns? I don't know. Andrew's in at number one. Julian, no, everybody was in there. Dave was in there, and Dino was in there. I don't know. Did they remove shit? Look at this. Andrew Wolkowicz gets a purple crown. Purple crown. Number two is Julian. Look at that. Number three is Top Dog. Jeff and Michelle. Look at that. They've added these crowns. Like, who's for? I don't know what any of that means. And if I click on it, what happens if I click on it? Oh my God, look at this action. Would you look at this? Holy smokes a Rooney. Let me take this off. Can you see this? This is crazy. Andrew is number one. Number two is Julian. Is this a daily algorithm? Nick Brooker. I don't know. I also last night got a message from the purple crown holder, Andrew Wolkowicz, that he got a message from YouTube asking him to rate the shows. Like, do you like this? What does it do for you? And that's really good news. That means that finally, after almost 2 years, YouTube is engaging with subscribers of my channel, and they are asking you guys about it. And hopefully that'll lead to, bigger and better things. Nick Brooker, Dino, Dave Fitzsimons, Kevin Landon, Andy M, Drew, Carolyn Martin. Oh, no, that's Martin Bronson, and Hitesh and Melly C. Look at that. Isn't that nuts? They only list 12 people. Anyway, I think that's just nuts. And I don't know what they're doing. They're like, listen, we do Basher of the Day here. We kind of invented this whole thing. I didn't invent it. You guys did. That was like a Dave Fahrenheit 451 and Dean thing. Remember when it was those two neck and neck all the time? And then, Dave just went bananas and just nailed it. But anyway, interesting. Yeah, what does the purple crown mean? I don't really know. Nick Brooker also says, I don't have a Speedy yet. Next watch, so shall wear my Constellation 41 beautiful watch. Go well, Dirk, and all the Bashers shall hopefully be tuning in. Great to have you. I see that you sent us some pictures, though, Nick. A couple of Tillies watching open water swimming. That's really cool. What else did you send us today? Elliot Brown, loom shots, photos of the Red Sea marine life. Very cool. You've become quite the super basher. Dave Fahrenheit 451, he upvoted. Upvote if you can on the show. So much. Subscribe, subscribe. That shit that everybody says. I don't say that, but, it'd be nice. Wouldn't it be nice? It would be. Dave Fahrenheit 451. Give us an upvote if you can. Doing that makes all the difference in the world because we love you on the Abash show. Thanks, guys. It's your show. I just hosted. Remember that. It's super driven by you. Panel power, nicely done, David Simons. Indeed, with Andrew Wolkowicz, Canadian $5. Well done, David. Have a great day and be an inspiration in others' lives and a blessing in their memories. Upvote and subscribe. Amen. Of course, you're the best, man. Thank you so much, kiddo. Blech. This is tasteless. I got so spoiled. I'm so spoiled with the Drooby Doo coffee. This tastes like I licked an ashtray. And I like really strong coffee, but this is crass and rude and mean. And some company called Ati Basi. And the first time I tried it, which was a different variety than this one, this is Forte. Like you. Day 5 without mayonnaise. Yay, guys. That's like my favorite food is Hellman's mayonnaise. I don't care. I don't miss it. I've made a lot of salads. I just need to get that out of my life because I looked at how I noticed it was a problem other than being fat fuck, but I was doing the recycling and I saw 4 of the little jars. Like, I don't know how long it took to get through that, but the simple fact that I had 4 empty jars of mayonnaise in the house just said, you know what, Houston, there's a problem. So that's how I started. I feel pretty good. I mean, it's all cool. It's all cool. I don't mind it. The thumbnail, I thought it was a box. I didn't volunteer. Relax. The country appreciates your sacrifice, but I thought it was a box. I didn't volunteer. You get treats. No, that cat has been through the entire space program. I asked Paul if he knew what that meant when he saw the thumbnail. I thought that thumbnail came out really, really good today. It is the G-Force Training Center in Florida when the astronauts train to be astronauts. Obviously not the cats, but they have to go through this centrifuge, and it's like it's a spindle, and it's on a some kind of it's a centrifuge. Basically, they spin them around till they throw up and pass out, and that's to get them accustomed to G-forces in the space program. And yeah. I never thought it would happen. Never thought I'd agree with anything the communists ever did. Then I read today an idea from communist China that you actually agree with. Okay. Tell us, Andrew, what is it? Apparently, they're saying if a divorce happens in China, they're passing a law where the woman will no longer get the man's property. A short marriage and a divorce will no longer be a lottery win. Is that something that's happening there? I mean, I don't keep deep tracks on that culture, but they have some pretty sexist stuff going on there. I know it's kind of, I'm not going to decree an entire society's, treatment of women, but from what I've been told and experienced through Chinese friends, etc., it's it's a man's world. But that's interesting. Hello, my communist brothers. We have a few communists here. All are welcome. I've always said, and this drives Shane crazy when I say it, and he hates it because he thinks it's a cop-out. And I always said that communism sounds great on paper, but it just doesn't work. And I truly believe that that's true. On paper, it sounds great, but then there's always somebody who wants a Rolex. I think when you're a communist, you're not getting Rolexes, and you're not doing trips to Italy, and you're not drinking great wine. You're not doing that. It's great on paper. That's why, there's socialism. a little of both. Little of both. Can they make it retroactive so I can get my pension back? Are you divorced? It's not something I know. Not something I know, Andrew. I know you're a widower, and we've all been through that with you, but I didn't know. Was there something earlier, a misspent youth, perhaps? I have never been married. I've just been in a relationship for 36 years, but that's coming down the pike. Eventually we'll do that, I think, because it just makes fiduciary sense to do that. It just does. Scotty H, do I have one here? I do, right here. I need to massage the membrane. Hold on. Lord H, it's great to see you in the room. I love your old Leatherheads look. I love that look. It's pretty great. Mart and Bronson are here. Upvoted. Good day to everyone. Good day to you, buddy. And Scotty Love. They call him Scotty Love. So what? Or better yet, you know what? Who fucking cares? I don't care. You know who doesn't care? You know who doesn't care, right? Doreen. I spoke to Doreen this morning. She goes, can you believe all this shit we're getting weather here? And apparently we're getting some serious weather here. I'm not exactly sure what's going on here, but apparently we're about to get hit with some serious weather. Let me go look. We had some really heavy duty rain and some flooding. Let me see what the weather's like in New York. I didn't realize that we're getting something really nasty. Heat advisory, of course, because it's 90 degrees here right now. Flash flood warnings across New York City. And I was so busy booking things for Italy, I didn't really pay attention. So I'll take you guys on a little journey here. Flash flood warnings across New York City and New Jersey as downpours soak tri-state area. That's on July 15th. Flash flood warnings popped up across Monday evening. That happened. Okay, as flash flood warnings effect till 9:45. Are we getting more though? Is there more? More? I don't know. ETA. You know why I'm getting ads on ETA right now? Because we just booked a trip with them. Isn't that terrible? So, tonight, first alert. Well, okay, so we're getting a flood alert for today and for Friday. Ugly stuff. Okay, we'll listen. I'm on the third floor. And Rose is on the first. I'll just make sure she's okay because that's obviously going to be a priority. Making sure that Rose is okay, and I worry about Bubble the cat. Make sure he's okay because I don't want to get him caught up in a flash flood. I caught him last night at 2:00 in the morning because Rose was up all night. And I went down, I checked her at 11 o'clock. She said, I want to stay up and watch TV. I said, okay, fine. So I went back at 2:00 and she had fallen asleep on the couch. I put her to bed and, made sure she was dressed and all that stuff. And then I opened up the sliding glass door in the back and there was Bubble just sitting there like, where's my food? And I was like, I'm going to feed you inside. I put all this food inside. He came in, he ate all the food and I left the door open. I was like, you can leave whenever the hell you want, but just, you know what I mean? You know what I mean. I should do a segment on who cares. Who cares? That's all I really give a shit about is cats. All I care about is the freaking cats and the old people. You got to be an advocate in this world, man. You got to be an advocate for the people that need it, You really do. Because, it could happen to you. It could happen to you. Maybe you'd understand. It's a great Mr. North song. If you don't know it, go look it up. It's a great one. Could have been a huge hit. They could have had a bunch of massive hits. Here's the tunes. Because I was a big fan before they were my buddies. They're like family now. I should just say. I shouldn't even say that. Ush gave me a FaceTime video. He's there with his mom and his aunt, and they were going out to dinner at one of my favorite restaurants. And he's like, I just thought you'd enjoy it. I was just so happy to see JR and her sister there and having a wonderful time and magical place. Love you guys. Hope you're having the best time ever. But the Mr. North songs, if it can happen to you, is a great song. The Eye, listen to The Eye. Not that to everyone says Let Me In and all that stuff. King Solomon, that's an unbelievable one. So many songs. Go check them out if you don't know that band. I'm very good at promoting other people's music. So what, Scotty Love? Julian is here. He says, I was once kissed on the lips by a giraffe. I don't think I've ever gotten over it. Who would get over that? They're such beautiful creatures. I worry about them in times of war, and I worry about them in times of tsunamis and hurricanes and things because these pens that we put them in. I'm not a big fan of the zoo. I know that there are zoologists, and I know this, and I know that they are probably attempting to do great work in the world, but at the end of the day, like I'll never forget when that whole Iraq war mistake happened. There was lions and rhinoceri in the streets, and like people were eating them and shooting them and stuff like that. I mean, they were in some kind of habitat. I don't even know what an Iraqi habitat in the zoo is like, but it's not good. When I was a child, I never spoke. I would sit under a table and not speak to anybody. Wow. Is that true? Is that you? Is that true? Because you were thinking. It doesn't make a difference what temperature a room is. It's always room temperature. That's brilliant. Happy Speedy Tuesday, Dirk and all the bashers from the Purple One. Melly C, hey, darling. And Hitesh C, congratulations at Dave Fitzsimons. Happy Tuesday bashing. Are you here? Are you live? Is Hitesh actually here? He's such a busy man. I want a dish to taste good rather than to have been seethed in pig's milk and served wrapped in a rhubarb leaf with grated thistle root. Ugh, that sounds horrible. Yeah, there's cuisine and then there's cuisine. I'm a vegetarian, but I'm not a douche. I'm not one of those douchey vegetarians that make trouble for people at dining tables. That's not my scene. I want to be invisible. No, I don't. I'll have that without the meat. That's all I want. I don't want you to do anything. I don't want the special meal. I don't want any of that. But when you see these things like the French, I mean, they came up with foie gras, all the torture meats. It's nuts that they came up with. Why would anybody want that? Just a nice bowl of spaghetti. The plant is blind, but it knows enough to keep pushing up towards the light, and it will continue to do this in the face of endless discouragements. I don't think that too. I'm a sensitive. Dirk's a sensitive fellow. Should I speak in the third person? That's nice and weird, right? I think about that because, I've got my giant basil plants and they're really thriving, but they're flowering like crazy. So I have to keep snipping them and snipping them and snipping them. I'm not getting the leaf surface that I'm looking for. It's, because when they flower, the leaves tend to get small because it's focusing its energy on the seeds. And every time I snip them, I always wonder, like, do you hate me? Does this plant hate me? It's never even really got a chance to know me. Danny Gutierrez, Dirk, that has been happening for a while on Ush's channel. Oh, has it really? The purple crowns? I guess that's good news that I'm now in league with a channel that's got more than 250,000 subscribers, right? I mean, that's pretty cool. I mean, it's great. It's cool. I think that they stole my idea, though, or should I say, Dean and Dave Fahrenheit 451s. That they started the competition, but now it doesn't quite rank it the way we do, but it's cool nonetheless. Top dog, Jeff and Michelle here. Hello, chat. Hello, Jeff. Number 9. That will do. And Mr. Zelinsky, I was looking through some old emails from you, buddy. Very nice. Hey, Dirk and all. On the recent subject of poor tasting ice, we discovered that using mineral water and then putting the ice tray in a zippy plastic bag as it freezes works. It's interesting you should say that, Steve, because last night, there's a very strange thing that's happening with my refrigerator. I don't have one of the big, gigantic American refrigerators, like the tall, narrow one, because I'm a daily shopper anyway, so I don't need to store a lot of stuff. I go to the store like an old Italian lady. However, just very recently, I had put a bottle of mineral water in the freezer to get it cold fast and forgot about it. So it exploded. Luckily for me, it was San Pellegrino, so the glass was green, so it wasn't hard to spot where the glass was. However, I had to unplug the refrigerator to get it down to room temperature and put towels in there so I could completely and thoroughly clean that out, make sure there's no glass in there, all that stuff. So while I was in there, I took like Clorox wipes and soap and water and really cleaned it and made it so nice. So my freezer looks great. But however, there's been a bit of an issue with like the rubber bumper that connects to the refrigerator to close it, creates the seal. We all have them. I noticed that it hasn't been sticking the way it's supposed to, maybe because it's too old. I don't know. My parents had a refrigerator freezer for 50 years and it worked fine. But I also noticed that I shove bags on the side of the refrigerator, like, bags to go to the grocery store. We all get these now, these bags. And I thought that was it. And it turns out it was. So it's not a problem with the seal. However, last night, I opened up my studio door, which is about 25 feet to the kitchen, and my apartment smelled really, really weird. And this is late at night, Paul's asleep. And I walk out, I'm like, what is that smell? And then I see my refrigerator and the freezer door is open. My refrigerator smells bad. Not the fridge, the freezer. It's got an old, musty, weird, and I've got baking soda in there. Apparently that's supposed to work. But I have to look up, other than getting a new fridge, how do you make your, it all comes down to what Steve said about the ice. And I have brand new silicone ice makers that make the big Scotch ice, thinking that that's going to do the trick. No, it was so bad. But I just went on. I just riffed on that for 10 minutes. Unbelievable. Andrew says, what did the praying mantis say to the bartender? I may as well have another. She's just going to bite my head off anyways. It's true. That's what she does. Dean says, Dirk, I am not number 1. I am a free man. But me and Dave Fahrenheit 451 must have plenty of numbers. It is like the Bashard song of the day. Well, Dirk, I am not a number. I'm a free man. But me and Dave Fahrenheit 451 must have plenty of numbers. You do. Big time numbers. Is it like Basher of the Day song? Dirk, YouTube is stealing your idea. See, I agree. They're stealing my idea. What was your idea? And it was Dave Fahrenheit 451's idea. Renaissance says the days of dealing with one's despot are over. Now it's clearly with a whole group of frightened committee people. That's for sure. Dare to be irrational. Keep free from formulas. Open to any fresh impulse. Fluid. That's what we're trying to do. Yeah. So, yeah, that's, what we're trying to do. Like the whole Italy thing. It's like, I'm trying to keep our minds open. It's not a vacation. It's a mission, for the future, for getting a place that everybody, friends and family can come whenever they want, even if we're not there, I could just leave the key. Hey, to my sisters, hey, my brother, keys under the mat. Just go. That's the dream. The dream is, to have a place, there that everyone can enjoy, because it's time. We're all getting older, and I can't think of anything more amazing than to be like I've traveled the world with my sister, my sister Carrie. We've done it all. But like, I would love to share some time in Italy with my sister Pat and my brother Chris. I would love to do that. Because, one, we don't get to see each other nearly enough, even though my sister's not far away. My brother's too far away for me. Plus, he lives on Long Island, which is not a thing for me. But I would just love to see my eldest sister, like, just chill out in Italy. It would be like a thrill to me. Because she's such a busy lady. She's been so busy for so long, And sometimes I worry that she doesn't know how to relax. And I don't either. I don't think any of us really do. If anybody knows better, the best it would be my brother. My brother is a pretty decent, has always found time to relax. But I don't think the rest of us do. Both of my sisters are, doers, and I'm a hyper lunatic. So, yeah, I don't know, but that's the dream. So that's what the last couple of days have been about, dreaming, just dreaming, and yeah, and now we booked a place, an Airbnb for almost 2 weeks, and that's locked in. So let the games begin, planning that, who's gonna come while we're there. We're gonna be looking at places, possibilities. Paul's gonna be looking into his Italian passport, because he definitely can get one because of how, all 4 of his grandparents are from there. Stuff like that, and spending time with his incredible family. But just looking forward to the whole thing, and just getting out there. And I even said to Rose, I said, Rose, if I move to Italy, would you like to come with me? And she goes, absolutely. That would be nice, right? Nick Brooker says, won't be able to join live. Oh, boo, but we'll listen to the playback tonight. Have a great show, and love to all. Love to you, man. Dave Fitzsimmons, thanks, Bashers. I will return to my usual below 20 spot. Nah, come on. He says, poor June is going to. That's not June. I made sure that one wasn't anybody. The first one. Now, every single time I ask it for a cat thumbnail, it always looks like K, because I have done so many K thumbnails. I'm going to finish this because it's terrible. I've got like 20 capsules that I don't think I'm going to drink any more of it. It's not good. Just nasty. Joe LaFaro is here. Hey, buddy. Yeah, I just finished up my not so good coffee. It's not Drooby Doo coffee, but it is in a Hanson Joe glass. Andy M is here. Good evening, kind sir. Wishing you and yours only good things. It's the only good things guy, Andy M, and his beautiful, beautiful partner in crime, the impossibly wonderful Melly C. Thanks, buddy. I'm a one and done basher of the day. Don't say that. That's not necessarily true. Look, speaking of which, drooby doo, where are you? You've got a brand new thumbnail. What is that, drooby doo? What is that thing? It's kind of creepy. It's kind of creepy. Is everybody seeing that? Holy cow, that's weird. What is that thing? Some kind of a sculpture of some kind? It looks sad, like a sad old lady or sad clown. What is it? Tell us, Drooby Doo. What is it? I was Basher of the Day in 1998. Top Dog says, congratulations, Diver Man. We got some great pics, too. Great picks. Dirk made a list and he checks it twice. Going to find out bastards are naughty. I know which ones are naughty and nice. Who is the naughtiest? Okay, we all know that the two naughtiest bashers are Andrew and Ray Ray. There's no two ifs, ands, or buts about it. They're the two naughtiest. And we wouldn't have it any other way. Steako Baby Alpinist, beautiful green dial. Don't talk sexy to us. Who doesn't? I love the Alpinist, man. Top Dog says, I just wear what Michelle buys me. Is that true? I doubt it. You take a look at that's a very, by the way, that picture is, you guys couldn't be cuter in that picture. First of all, you look super rugged and handsome, and she just looks like God made her. She just looks like she's in a glow of sunshine and amazing. Yeah. Amazing. There you go. Says, what's the date? I just said it. We're going from September 17th through the 28th. I'm leaving here probably on the 17th because, it takes eight plus hours to get over there. And then there's a long train ride. Now we could get a car and that might happen because you don't have to book train tickets in advance. The most important thing was getting the plane tickets and getting and we're flying on, upvote if you can. We're flying on ITA for the first time. They're a new airline. They are the successor to Alitalia, which is something that we used to fly all the time and had quite a bit of points on, but they went out of business and their Mille are out of business. Their points thing. They had it for a while, but now it's long gone. And I didn't have a chance to transfer the points to anybody else because nobody else, didn't belong to anybody else. So, and I had I don't know, it wasn't a lot, but it was 50, 60,000 points, which would have been nice to dump, on another airline. So we joined this program, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. It's time to start building the points thing. As you guys know, I've been talking about it ad nauseum. Dean says parachutes. Oh, look at this. Modes of transportation. Oh, somebody asked me about hot air balloons. Absolutely not. Never. Not in a million years. No way. I would jump out of a plane. Yes. Hot air balloon. No way. You're dead. That thing goes up. You're finished. That's it. Nobody survives a hot air balloon crash. No. Helicopters. No. Hot air balloons. No. What's this nonsense world being judged? Dean says, I have a gold crown. Click on the crown. Does something happen when you click on the crown? Let me see if I click on the crown. Nothing happens. Nothing happens whatsoever. That's nuts. That's because Andrew has purple. Paz says that it's chat engagement. With each chat, you get XP points to a maximum of 75. But what does that do for you, Paz? What can you get out of that? It's when you talk about XP, I do Duolingo every day to practice Italian. It's part of my daily curriculum of I have to do X amount of exercises. It's usually about 20 minutes in order to, keep in the league. It's a game. And Paul does it all day long, but he speaks perfect Italian. So he treats it like a game about being number one, being in the next level, getting crowns and XP. And I'm just struggling to stay within the level that I'm in, but it's all about gathering XP. So you get XP points. But what do those do for you, Paz? What do they do? What do they do for you on YouTube? In 1990, I had a suit that was purple. My brother Barton stole it. I don't know about a purple suit. I want a tiara. Who doesn't? What the F? 75 XP fix XXX. I had a gold crown, been stolen by YouTube bots. You did have a gold crown. Oh, you really did. See, I never noticed that shit before. Bonkers. We're part of the OG crowd. Dirk will be famous to forget. Nah, never. No, you guys know who you are. Yeah. Well, you know what I should do? And I'll say this, if the engagement really starts to work at some point, which whatever, we all know who the bashers, the core bashers are, right? Then we'll do a basher OG club, right? And then you have to be a basher for a year or whatever to get in there. That'd be cool, and then that could be part of you've been invited to Dirk's Marque getaway. You've been invited to the giveaway. You've been invited to the Julian show that's not in Bermondsey because it's a shithole. Franco Fiore upvoted. Grazie mille, signore. Italia, here we come, baby. What, the Drew coffee? Yeah. Drooby, you just sent me so much more coffee because he's just a legendary. Like he doesn't have enough going on in his own life. He has the time to send me coffee. Unbelievable. I actually like that suit. I wore with a black silk shirt and a red silk tie with black cowboy boots. You should be arrested for whatever that sartorial disaster is. A black silk shirt and a red silk tie, purple suit, and black cowboy boots. Yeesh. Let's talk. LOL, the honesty on this show. Top dog at Drew's coffee is ground coffee. Actually, Drew's coffee is the right balance. He's given me several different varieties of this coffee, and I've never at any point I can fall asleep after having an espresso. I don't have a caffeine issue, and when they have it, whenever I've had a coffee that does give me that, I know to avoid it, like Kazar and a bunch of different things. This Ati Basi, oof, man, it's rough. Joe says, should I call Hellman's anonymously? No, they can go fuck themselves. They're trying to kill me, Joe. You get 3 to 4 G's on blast off. F1 drivers get 45 G's several times every lap of the rat race. Yeah, that's true. What about if you're in the Thunderbirds or the Blue Angels, those guys getting like 9 G's, right? I watched Jared Butler's, I don't know what movie he was in that was fighter pilots or anything. I like Jared Butler. He's never become a really big star. I mean, is he A-list even, Jared Butler? He's like, or is he Jason Statham? Just bubbling under that level of, you're not Tom Cruise, you're not Brad Pitt, you're not Leonardo DiCaprio, you're not, just bubbling under. They make lots of action movies, like Ben Affleck or Matt Damon or what's the name of that guy from the Mission Impossible movies that had the tractor accident? What's his name? Great. He's the guy that took over for Matt Damon in the those movies. Oh, somebody's ringing my bell. Can you hold on 1 second? Hold the phone, Bashers. So sorry about that, Bashers. There was like this mysterious guys, and it looked like they were breaking my door down. And it turns out there's a new guy that's moving in, and I didn't know anything about him. And there was like these two dirty looking guys, and I saw them out my window going like this. I ran down the hallway, and turns out they were movers. Sorry about that. How weird is that I did that? I apologize. I apologize terribly for that. Hey, Vincent's missing ear. Where have you been for all this time? It's great when it's funded by capitalism. Yeah. Watches, sure. My first wife divorced me 18 years ago. I did not know that. Who would divorce you? You're adorable. Top Dog says it cost me 1 million and never married. 18 years, and all I got was In that society, women are seen and not heard. Sons are worshipped. Daughters are an inconvenience. I do remember. This goes to show you how long it took me to get to this point. Um, I do remember many years ago they were saying there was a limit on how many children you could have, and like I heard some bad things about female offspring. I hope none of that's true, but I remember hearing about it. Is that true? Is that any of that true? I hope it's not true. My old steelworker pension was projected to be 860 old steelwork, 860,000 by 55 or 1.2 million by 65. She and her mother thought that that was money in the bank, and I ended up divorced. Oh, crap. So let me ask you a question because I don't know how Canada works. But how long were you married to her? Isn't that not prorated? How does that work out? Kanye West, Jamie Foxx song. Okay. Castro wore a Rolex. Something tells me most of the rest of Cuba didn't. Completely true. Yeah, I mean that's a problem. That's a problem. Kevin Hawthorne from Lakeland, New Jersey. How are you, Kevin? Paying it forward every single day. Great to have you in here. Castro wore 2 Rolexes at the same time. Yeah, didn't anybody say, wait a second? And they live in palaces, Look at all the communist leaders have always stayed in beautiful places. So like that's debunked. That's a load of shit. Me, yes, But on paper, it looks good. World War II, we sent in special forces to save some rare white horses from being eaten by the Russians and Germans. Yeah. Horrific. After penalties and taxes for cashing out early, she got $8,600 and had to sign it over to her lawyer for the divorce. She then went after the money for our kids' college fund to pay him off. Oh, Jesus Christ. Hi, everyone. Sorry, I'm late. Hey, Steve Mac 3. Well, it's great to have you here. Better late than never, as they say. Great to have you here. I had to use my $8,600 to get an apartment and furniture so I could have a decent place for my kids to visit and stay. I'm so sorry that happened. Sorry. Patton and Operation Cowboy to rescue of the Lipizzaner horses. Oh, Lipizzaner. I didn't know about that. To save the bloodline. That would be a great movie, right? Sounds like something that Clooney would do, right? With his Section 8 company. Strawberries take a beating in the fridge. I don't have any. I don't like fruit. Put vinegar in a bowl in the freezer. That's a real pain with the freezer. I had the same issue. Come home, door open. Had to chip away at the icebergs to close the door. Dean, there's no ice in there. It's frost free. It's not from the 50s, but still, you know what it is? I think it's because I crammed these bags on the side of the refrigerator because it's against the wall. Because I don't have a place to put all these stupid shopping bags that they give you every time you go out, because I forget them. I have to get them. It's terrible. If the number one crown is like a Bastard of the Day song, I endorse that, but I'm biased by being the first Bastard. If you can buy YouTube bots, how do you buy the crowns? Britt Pierce will know. I don't know anything about that shit. I didn't even know that was real, that you could do that. And now I know. I did a deep dive. Not that I was going to do it because I would never. But wow, so many of these channels have fake people watching. We got 51 people in there. Hi, 51. You're beautiful. Thank you, 51 people. Just do a little dance, make a little love. Get down tonight. Boom. Get down tonight. 51 real people. I love to love you, baby. These are real flesh and blood people that watch the show. I've watched some shows where there's 600, 700, 800 people watching, and you know that most of that is fake. And that's a shame. Rick Beato today on his channel said this new artist is complete crap. And it was because he got so incensed by the Velvet Sundown, that fake AI band, that he went to AI and he created an artist. And, I heard the song and it wasn't terrible, but it was fake. So, but he showed me something else that was really scary. And here's what it was. He went to some website. I forget what it's called, Chauncey or something, some man's name. And he said, write me a song about moving to the valley and there's no cell phone service and you're alone in your own thoughts, blah, 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 finding oneself. And it wrote a lyric sheet. Then he took that lyric sheet and he put it into this song generating app And he said, I want this to sound like lazy California, early 70s stuff. And it generated 2 songs, and they weren't terrible. So it's not just the fact that they're making and the singing sounded good, sounds real. So that's happening, but also lyrics. They're all fake now. Like somebody's not thinking of a beautiful lyric like the Bob Dylans and the the incredible the Walt Whitmans and the Poes, all the incredible the Kates and the Tories and all the amazing artists that whose lyrics have destroyed your soul. Taylor, like, is that real or are they using AI? I would imagine because Taylor Swift, employs all those big producers, and there are a lot of people on her tracks, that it's a machine, it's a factory. So they're probably using this guy for lyrics, this AI for this, and this one for this, and then they're putting it all in the blender. And then what's going to be real anymore? It just reminds me of Logan's Run when they order prostitutes on that device, and that's how he meets her, and then they go off and they leave the bubble and they get chased. I don't know. I'm not a fan. Your sisters are doers. Most guys would never admit that about their sisters, but since you threw it out there, can I meet them? No, because you're naughty. Naughty. No, you can't. Carolyn Martin, the girl with the wrench, is here. Bashers upvote. Please upvote if you can. I didn't even look to see. What do we have? What do we have right now in the upvote league? Let me refresh this because I stopped this. I don't usually do shit like this, but I'm doing it now. 34 upvotes, 35 because I just upvoted for myself. Please upvote if you can. It really helps the show out. Wow, Drewby Drew, your thumbnails are so depressing. What is that thing? Oh, here it goes. Drewby says, creepy statue spotted at Goodwill. Same with my old clown pic. Hey, a guy's got to have fun. Drew just want to have fun. Oh, Drew. Top dog, Drew thumbnail looks like Woody was on meth. That's what it looks like to me. It looks like Woody's on meth. Which is a terrible thing to think about, Drew. Terrible. Can you imagine Ray and I out drinking? We won't close the bar. We'll close the town. That is the fact. Dean, that was the face I make when looking at my stack of mood swatches. Truby, love the photos. You got some more coming up today. I've got a great one that you guys can't wait to see. It's really terrific. You are skydiving in Italy. Yeah, there's a video of a hot air coming down on fire and people flying. Fuck that. Jeff, no way. No way. I've always wanted to skydive, and there's a place called Skydive Fano, and it's famous there. And my sister says no. So I don't know. I'm good. She's my sister. If she says no, I'll say no. Paul says no. Andrew Olko says Canadian $5. I clicked on the crown and it showed the list. Upvote everyone and subscribe. Become a Patreon if you can. Aw, thank you, buddy boy. Top dog. 1992. I had a burgundy sport jacket. Burgundy was in 1992. XP is free gifts from the YouTube host. Yeah, free gifts from the host is what Google says. Is that what it says? Okay. Didn't Brando wear the black silk shirt and the red tie and Guys and Dolls? He sure did, but that's a different story. Isn't it funny that he really wanted to be in Guys and Dolls? Isn't that crazy? He really wanted to be in that. Andrew Alvin Purple. That outfit got me noticed. Ladies used to say that outfit, we know you aren't gay. I think Drew wore a Michael Jackson white glove. Woo! That would have been good. Jeremy Renner. Yes, smart. That's exactly. Jeremy Renner. You guys all got it right. Yes, Jeremy Renner. We haven't seen much from him. I know he had to recuperate that. It's amazing that he survived that. What a horrific thing, But my God, what a incredible dude. And he was trying to help people. He was digging out people in his neighborhood with his tractor, and the tractor ran over him, man. It's unbelievable. Top Dog says, please come back or Sheen will appear. He's out to dinner with his mother. I know, he's a Hawkeye. Yeah, he knows. Like, Dirk, what happened? It was moving men that were fucking around with my door, and they must have hit my doorbell because there were these guys, and they were filthy, and I'm looking out my window like, what the fuck? So I go into my hallway, I walk down the staircase, and I see they've got furniture, and a guy just moved in recently, so I don't know. Hey, Robbinsbird fell in love with Jared Butler when I saw POTO. What does that mean? POTO. I don't know what that means, but yeah, he's great. Isn't that just something so lovable about that guy? You know what I didn't realize? You know what I didn't realize? He's 6'2". He's not only is he a ride, but he's tall. Holy, and he's Scottish, so they've got a great sense of humor and stuff. You know, they're very fun. I had to run out to see what was going on in my hallway because I thought it could have been DL up to some nasty shit. He's just jealous because Drew actually gets super chats. I had hair back then and slicked it back with Brill cream. A little dab will do you. I've got Brill cream in my bathroom right now. My hair's not long enough for Brill cream, but once it gets back to long, it will be fine. JBB, where have you been? JBB, movies don't wear orange overalls that have prison written on the back. That's a fact. Melly, see, it's true. That's why the orphanages are full of little girl babies or handicapped baby boys. I'm so sorry to hear that. JPB, it's called the TOC, the Department of Corrections. Andrew says, 10 years and 2 living kids. We lost our firstborn son shortly after. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sorry. All of my friends have been divorced. It seems a rarity these days that couples stay together. Yeah, just don't get married. So, you know, here's the funny thing. So we've been together for 36 years. That's most of my life, right? And you know, we never got married. Even when it became legal to get married, we didn't do it. We are domestic partners, but legally, and that was fine for us because I think marriage is a religious term. You know, it's a biblical thing, and I never wanted to encroach on that or demand it or whatever. I didn't think it was necessary, but it turns out that there are some legal things that it does do for you that a domestic partnership does not. So down the road, we'll probably, I don't see why we wouldn't do that, but we never did it. And meanwhile, all these new gays are all fierce thing. I just met Joey. We're in love. We're getting married. I just met Sandra. We're getting married. They get married like 3 months after they meet, and then they get divorced. You know, the divorce rate among gays and lesbians is higher than straight people. Don't get married. Do a test drive. Have a long test drive. It's a very sad situation, yeah. In the Chinese culture, the name goes with the boys. That's why they felt to be more important. Girls are only good to be traded to another family. This is terrifyingly bad. Area 51. Carolyn Martin with the big guns, the big help to keeping the lights on. Thank you, my love. Thank you so much. 1999. The girl with the wrench, the original, the lady of the manor. The lady of the manor. Let's give her the big one. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Well, you guys are going crazy now. Top dog number 1. Didn't YouTube put out a statement that they would not monetize non-real channels to preserve real content? They did. They did say that. ChatGPT wrote me a country song last year and it sang it to me. Shit, Joe, it can happen. You know what I'm going to do tonight? I'm going to ask this. I'll go look up to see what that lyric thing is. You know, because I do these Basher cover songs for you guys. Maybe I'll start doing that. Maybe I'll ask for ChatGPT to make me. I'll tell them about the Bashers, and I'll debut it on tomorrow's show. We'll do a Basher, not Basher of the Day because that's bullshit. Well, I'll do a Basher song, and I'll have ChatGPT make it for us, and we'll see how crap it is. It's crap. It shouldn't exist. We know this. It's a fact, but that's terrible. I wrote you a country song. So much for human creativity. The robots are producing marble statues, big ones. Yeah. Smash the like if you can. Hit the big like button. Thumbs up. You know, thank you so much. Andrew, with $20, you're out of control. Carolyn took number 1. Oh, does it work like that? How quickly the king gets replaced? Oh, shit. Do you get the with super chats? Is that how it works? Oh my God. Yay. Andrew with the big bang boom. That's a big monster one. Boom. Give you a different gong. That would be wrong. And top dog. Great show. Love the community. We all love the community because you know what? Because you guys rule. That's why I haven't even gotten to the Gallery of Bastards yet. Here's some monks for you. Dana Gutierrez wants to know, is there any unique food you want to get as soon as you reach Fano? Their specialities are mostly meat related, so that's not really my bag. I can't tell you that I've had a lot of great meals there, and my niece, who often comes with us, and I'm sure she'll probably pop in on this one, she's gluten-free, because by choice, because she has to be, and they have a gluten-free restaurant there. There's a lot of availabilities for things there. I'm trying to think, is there any one particular thing that I've ever had there that I went, oh my god, that's amazing? I can't think of it, but Emmett and I went and got Paul a birthday cake, and that was really great. I'm not a big cake guy, but I remember thinking, wow, this is amazing. And it was a giant birthday cake, and it was 22 euros. Now, that would be $300 in New York. Birthday cakes, big, giant homemade cakes at a bakery in New York are hundreds of dollars. It's ludicrous. I can't think of anything in particular. I don't even know if I've ever had any pizza in Fano, but listen, we're going to be living there for almost 2 weeks, because that's the whole mission, to live there, think how we feel, talk to all the realtors, think about renting versus owning versus this versus that. This is big. This is a huge move. So yeah, I don't know. I'll keep you posted, because I will do some passajatas, which means like a nice quiet walk. I'll be doing that. I will be doing content, because I don't want to be the guy with the camera, when we're with people in real estate. I will film stuff and I'll put it up as content, but I will be doing close to a daily hour show for sure. Take you guys around for sure. I already got my pass for the phone, so I already did that. I took care of that too, to make sure I had mobile available. So we'll see. The Phantom of the Opera. The Phantom of the Opera. Hello, darling. Did you ever see that? I saw that show with Michael Crawford and Sarah Brightman, and I saw it about 6 times. I used to cut school. Brill cream in a damp, dark, it will darken your hair. Don Draper, it's the ultimate look. I'm back on the top spot. Marriage is an institution, so it's a prison. Didn't Brill cream come in a black tube? Sure does. Black tube and white cream, yeah. It does. It's greasy. It's very, very greasy. Very, very greasy. Basher AI song of the day. Whoever's number one. I'm going to do it. Why not? It should be fun. Let's just see how bad it is. I'll just tell the prompt. Basher of the day is something that we reward our person who gets in there at number one. It's a competition, and I'll have them write the lyrics. Then I'll take the lyric. I'll do what Rick Beato did, because I think his method looked the best. Then I'll put it in that program and see what songs they come up with, and then we'll just shit all over it. How's that? Because YouTube gets a cut of the money. They do. They get 30% of every single super chat. That's why everybody says, and listen, I'm the worst at shaking the can, but PayPal's, if you want to support the channel, PayPal's the way to do it, because if you do friends and family as opposed to a transaction, you do friends and family, it goes directly to me. That's PayPal at dirkworld@nyc.r.com. Just if you want to help or contribute towards the whole Italy trip and all that stuff, I'd be grateful. I'm very bad at panhandling and all that stuff, and I'm terrible at the grift, that. But it would help, and that goes directly to me. I don't have to deal with YouTube getting it a month later and minus 30%. But here's the good news: anybody who joins Patreon, and my Patreon is, where's my Patreon? Thank you to all my beautiful Patreons, and I'm going to put you guys on the screen right now as we speak, because you guys mean a lot to me, because you really help keep the lights on. Apple no longer gets there. The courts decided that they can't take 30%, so that shit's gone. So now if you join on your iPhone, if you want to participate in Patreon, and I'm going to come up with a new level at some point during the fall, because somebody told me I should do that. But anyway, it's patreon.com/ibashers. If you feel so kind enough and generous, I would appreciate it very, very much. Anyway, it's time for the Gallery of Bastards. Let's go hit that, because it's been look how far behind I am. The Gallery of Bastards. Send me the shots, the sublime, the absurd. The Gallery of Bastards. You share them with me, and I share with the world. See, it's real. I actually sang that tune. not AI. I'm lip syncing. And I share with the world. AI, I don't know what to do with you, AI. I don't know what to do with you. Anyway, let's get cracking on the Gallery of Bastards. Starting on today with Andrew Wolkowitz, just for fun. Just for fun. Oh yeah, this is this is funny. This is from. I'll share this with. He took a screenshot of me because the guys on the guys that do those parody streams and they make fun of me and Asheen, they say that I wear a hairpiece, and he took a screenshot. He goes, "Kind of does look like you wear one." Okay, that's funny. I have a sense of humor. I don't have a problem with that. Listen, if I was going bald, I would be going bald. What could you possibly do? Drooby Doo says, timing is everything. Are you ready for this? Oh my God. Oh my God. How amazing is this? Is this amazing or what? Look at that. Can you take it? Look at this. Look how Junie's weaseling her way in. Oh my God. Isn't that amazing? That's cow, right? Oh, let me make sure that's cow. That's cow, right? Doo, where are you? Time is everything. That's cow. I'm pretty sure that's cow, right? But look at that. Weaseling her way. Now, what we're most worried about, of course, is Kay. Because we want Kay to get along because, Kay's our queen. Look at this shot. Look at this. Is that a kitten or what? And look, I don't care. I got it good here. I have a beautiful house, parents who love me, and other critters. Yeah, I guess like when another cat looks at June, do they think, oh, aren't you cute? Or like, you're gonna take my food. What do you think it is? Anyway, that's fantastic. Drooby Doo. Thank you, buddy. We love you. For all that you do and all that you are, you're amazing. Nick Brooker says, photos of the Red Sea marine life shot in April. Let's hit this. Our fabulous and exciting Nick Brooker, man. You bringing so much beautiful shit to the table, man. Thank you so much for finding us, coming in here and all that. Look, you can see my mouse. I never noticed that before. Oh, look at that. That's only something you'd see down. This is like from the abyss. Look how beautiful our world is. And what are we doing up here? We're fucking it all up with bombs and hate and all this kind of shit. Obviously, I'm a big Mandy Patinkin fan, and I'm a very big fan of his music. And politically, he's, going under the microscope right now because he, made some political statements about Benjamin Netanyahu, and it should be about humanity and stuff like that. And people on who agree with him are saying it wasn't enough, and the people on the other side are saying, he's an anti-Semite, which is nonsense. Look at this beautiful stuff. But we're doing all this nasty stuff all over the top, all the Ukraine, all the stuff in the world. And look what happens under the sea. Oblivious to what the food chain are doing upstairs. You're wrecking the world. We're wrecking their world for no reason under the sun. We're wrecking their world. It's so not fair. They're just beautiful. These beautiful creatures who've had nothing to do with us. We just, every once in a while, we show up. We steal some of them. We eat some of them. We blow some of them up. We do nuclear testing. We poison the sea. Man, humans are fucked up. We're fucked up. Not the Bashers, of course. Look at this. Look at this coral reef. Or is that an anemone? What's the difference? An anemone is like a little creature that moves around, and that's coral. But coral is alive. It's beautiful. Nick, how do you do this? Look at that. That's real. That's like somebody's mouth. And amazing that that's life. So we're worried about what people on other planets look like. We have it here. Nick, these are gorgeous. Thank you so much. And thank you for coming in here like a house on fire and getting in and just being amazing. Elliot Brown loom shots. Very cool. Hey. One moment, please, for an operator that can assist you. Share the screen. Elliot Brown. Now, this is a brand that he really digs. Cool. Is there loom on that? There's loom on the clasp. That's a new take. I like that. It's very, very sea, not coral. That's a fish with a mouth. Holy crap. Orcas all over the world are offering food to humans. Yeah, isn't that crazy? Look at this. That's a beautiful bread. I love the CNC machining of that. I love the very, very cool. Wow, that's amazing. Beautiful pictures. Oh, look at this. This is very cool. Yeah, this is his brand that he really digs. Look at that loom. This loom on the clasp. It's nuts, right? Very, very cool. Great shots, man. Thank you so much for that. Thanks, buddy. Get out of here. Nick Brooker, everybody. Julian, Speedy Tuesday, some art, some pictorial art from our very own Julian. Let's get cracking. Trying to connect. They probably are, Joe. Orcas are offering food all over the world. Yeah. That's not coral. That's a fish with a mouth. It's an ugly fish, though, right? It's beautiful. Look at this great shot. She like a what do you call the majorette, right? She looks like a majorette. Is it possible that it's majorette? Oh, I like her. It's like Edith Head or something similar. Amazing. Wow, that's really cool. Oh, wow. Yeah, well, people love to say that underneath that they're all wearing like, Celine and Versace and stuff like that. I don't know how true that is. They have money though. Why not? Oh, she looks sad. I hope not. Beautiful. I love this. Oh, look at this. Is cool. It's really cool because Julian takes these from his archive. So these could be from very different periods of time. Very different time. Yeah, that loom was cool, right, Daniel? Dry riser. What does that mean, dry riser? What are these girls up to? These are very cool. Little essays, Julian. Amazing. She looks like that New York columnist, Abby. I can't remember her name off the top of my head. She's a real New York personality. She looks like I'd like to have a drink with her. She looks like she'd tell you exactly what's going on. She doesn't look British either. She looks like she's from Boston and New York. What's going on in this woman's world? She looks sad. Where'd she go to? She went to shop. I don't know what that is. Kebenmans. Don't know what shop that is, but very interesting. Oops, sorry. I hate when that happens. I hate when that happens. I hate when that happens. Forgive me. It's this new software. I'm using a different browser. Gallery of Julian, guys. Beautiful work. Love this. I like the essays very much. Just goes to show you that the type of different stuff that Julian does is very intoxicating. That's my favorite, though, because she looks like a majorette. She might very well not be, but I'm going to pretend she is. I'm going to pretend she's a majorette. Speedy Tuesday, Eminem Madness, Smoking Minty Madness. Yeah, 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 yeah. It's Mindy. Hello, love. Look at that. Look at the beautiful lady. She's having, oh, is the paw? Oh, look at that. She's doing the little grippy thing. Oh, I love that. I love the, look at, she's totally doing the grippy thing. Beautiful lady. What are you doing, Mindy? She's all flattened out. That's very rare that they do that. That's so rare when they do the full spread. That's crazy. Laverne almost never did it, and whenever she did, I took pictures of it. And Mork, oh, look at that baby. Mork, Carolyn, relax. Debenham's department store in the UK is now closed down. Oh, is that right? Jeez. I love that. It's from the past. Look at you. You look sleepy, baby. Oh, there's the big yawn. Look at you. Your teeth look fantastic, though. Mommy and Daddy did a beautiful job on your teeth. Beautiful. I learned something when my dog got to be 17 years old. They didn't talk about dental care for your pets. Of course, we did take care of, Laverne, the more recent cats. But if I ever got another dog, which is unlikely, I would make sure that they had a dentist. So important. Look at, she's doing the full spread. That's so rare that they do that. I love the fabric of that chair, by the way. Beautiful. Mork and Mindy, Mork. Oh, she's moved. Now she's having a good paw clean. Oh, sweetheart. It was almost like a Nickelodeon just there. I'm gonna try to do it when here, ready? Here, I'm gonna do the Mindy Nickelodeon. Dun, 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 dun. Gotta do it to Benny Hill. How's that Benny Hill song go? Forget it. Welcome Mindy Madness, everybody. I love how you shot them close together. It was very similar to that look and feel. Andrew Wolkowicz, hot and sunny. Oh, the whole world is hot right now. Ush's mother said that Venice was brutally hot. Look at that. Oh yeah, well, that's life. Isn't that amazing? What did he say before? Rising, finding a way, reaching for the sun. Incredible. Those are weeds, of course. I don't discriminate against weeds. Paul says, pull the weeds out. I'm like, who said that they were weeds? Like, who determined that they were weeds? It's like plantist. You're a plantist. It's terrible. It's the racism for plants. Like, who said that that's a plant and a flower and that's a weed? That's not fair. It's beautiful. I have a couple of weeds on the deck that I think are quite beautiful. Personally, I like them. Look at that. Yeah, those are weeds, but they're pretty. I have ones that look just like that, Andrew. Dandelions. Yeah, dandelion. We eat dandelion. I've had dandelion. Dandelion pasta. Beautiful. Yeah, look, it's growing. You need a gardener, though, my friend. You need to call Dino. Dean, do you do any work in Canada? Mart sends a message saying that's the largest cat carrier available, as he's still growing off to buy a custom or a large dog crate. That's probably true. You will, because you got a Maine Coon there, kitty. And for the bashers, too hot outside to wear a wristwatch, so I'm wearing my 1888 Waltham pocket watch, 137. This is for Angelo Minichello, who is the Waltham expert who gave me that beautiful book on Dupolier. Look at this beauty. Isn't that cool, though? Oh, my God. Look at that. Oh, that is gorgeous. Wow. Wow. That is breathtaking, man. Exactly. Why wear yeah, it is sometimes it gets listen, I'm wearing a Speedy today. I've been outside twice today because it's just nasty and it's humid as hell. But I do prefer wearing I haven't put the rubber strap on my Milgas yet. I haven't had a chance to get around to that. I'll do that this week at some point. But I sometimes the metal gets too hot. I want to check out the rubber and see how that feels. That was beautiful. Wow. What a beautiful piece, too. Here we go. Oh, wait a second. What? Oh, I forgot. Oh, my God. 2 pics from my archive of moonshots when I had my telescope. Now, he doesn't have his telescope set up in his new place. I guess you're going to, right? At some point? Mart, please do. Because remember these? Remember when Mart was sending us these? Weren't they fabulous? Look at this. Can you get a shot of the landing site so we know that it's not fake? Look at that. Look at that. Isn't that incredible? Now, if you take a picture with your Samsung phone, I heard you can get one that's as good as this. Just kidding. Look at that. There's some major impact there, huh? Wow. This is craziness. I was watching Neil deGrasse Tyson last night, and he was saying that more and more astronomers and scientists are convinced that we're in a black hole. Uh-oh. Incredible. Incredible, man. Incredible. Those are incredible shots. I'd love to get a telescope one of these days. It's very, very, very cool. And Vasilios, full stretch sleep 35 celli. Oh, that's full stretch. Hey, we're just talking about full stretch. Yeah, because it's hot out. When it's hot out, they want to do that. Do you guys, Melly C and Andy M, do you not have air conditioning in your gaff? I know most European, a lot of people, certainly not in the Ireland and the UK. It's very, maybe the department stores do. When cats get hot, they do the full stretch out. I mean, that will not be in my future because I'm going to buy those Mitsubishi things. If the place we get in Italy doesn't have air conditioning, I can't live. I can give up Diet Coke and Hellman's mayonnaise, but air conditioning is not something. I'm not going to wear guinea tea and have a fan blow stuff on me. What a great shot, Vasilios. Fantastic. Those are great. Thank you so much, everybody. Oh, Carolyn Martin, a girl and her horse is a special bond. Oh, this is your beautiful daughter and her horse. Isn't that gorgeous? Oh, my God. Look at that. That is magical. Oh, it's so true. It's so true. There is a tremendous bond between the ladies and horses. You know, everyone who I know who's crazy about horses, they're always the ladies. You guys, because they trust you, because they know that we're a bunch of dicks. That's why. And also, you ride on them, you're lighter, and you treat them kinder, probably. And they're so used to the cowboys and all the people beating the shit out of them. That was beautiful, Carolyn. Thank you so very much. That, my friends, is the Gallery of Bastards.
The Gallery of Bashtards. Send me the shots that sublime the absurd. The Gallery of Bashtards. You share them with me, and I share with
the world. Boom. No AC. See, that's why you get the full stretch. No air conditioning in the UK. Too expensive to run, right? Appaloosa horse. Might be. Beautiful horse. Yes, he's an app. There you go. Dean, I'm in a semi and the couple next door are retired and their yard looks like a golf course. Makes me feel trashy. So I try as I can to trim it. What is that? A semi, like, what does that mean? Semi-detached? Is that what that means? Brilliant, Mart. He loves it. Gorgeous pocket watch. Gorgeous. Andrew, I don't mind. I go to the pub lawns, never cut, makes a change from neat and tidy. In 1880s in Waltham, I believe, is in the third season. No, is that right? I've got my beautiful Waltham. Is it available for me to pull out of my desk right away? Or do I have it in the other place? I probably don't have it here. I think I put it in the other room. I did. Oh, no, I got it here. Here's my Waltham from Angelo Minichello. Beautiful watch. The Depolier, the first waterproof watch ever in the history of the world. It's a great looking watch. It's so beautiful. Of course, the green screen's goofing it up a little bit, but it's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful watch. And I love it. And I love that big crown. Angelo, I'm going to say it again. I miss you. He's still a member of Patreon. He's, one of the greatest bashers of all time. I haven't heard from him in a while, and I know life is very busy. Just send me an email back and say that you're alive and well, because we miss you, man, because you made the world go round. Your presence makes a significant change in all of our lives, but also meeting you and getting to know you as a person was just a privilege. So thank you so much for that, Is anyone watching The Gilded Age on Netflix? I watched the first season and then I stopped watching it. Should I get back into it, Jeff? I will. Me and Dana hate watched and Just Like That the other night because it's the most ludicrous show ever made. Because listen, I liked Sex in the City. It was a fun show, but that and Just Like That is the worst show ever made. It's so virtue signaling and it's the wokest. They're trying so hard to blow smoke up of everybody's ass. There's like one scene where a guy goes into the men's room and he's in a urinal and he looks at the person next to him and it's some big drag queen, whatever. But it's just like, all right, it was just silly. It's just a silly show. And then all of these, listen, don't get me wrong. You know, I met Sarah Jessica Parker in the airport when I was going down to Mexico, right? I helped her out with her bagel order. I had no idea it was her until I saw Matthew Broderick, and then I went, she's tiny. And I was like, helping her out, blah, 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 blah. And she's like, oh my God, I can't believe that works. Thanks. How did I not hear her voice? How did I not hear that Carrie Bradshaw voice? And somehow I'm like, listen, because she was struggling with the thing, and I had just figured it out. Here's the deal. They wanted $10 for a bagel with cream cheese in the JetBlue terminal. And I was like, that's a load of crap. Because basically all I wanted was a buttered bagel, and they wanted like $8.50 for that. That's absolutely ridiculous. So I said, wait a second. And they made sandwiches too. And I said, can I have a bagel with just lettuce and tomato on it? And they were like, because lettuce tomato was like 50 cents extra. So it was an extra $1. I said, I just want a bagel with, they said, you want anything on there? I said, no, I don't want anything on there. So they gave me that. And they had like packets of mayonnaise and mustard and stuff on the other wall. So I paid $3.50 and I made myself a lettuce, tomato, and mayo, salt and pepper sandwich. It was delicious on a beautiful bagel. And I saw Sarah Jessica Parker was trying to do it. And I said, hey, you want a tip? I just figured out how to get it. So she got 4 bagels for like 10, $11 with lettuce, tomato, and all that stuff. And then I didn't realize it was even her until I looked up and Matthew Broderick was there wearing like a big kind of Indiana Jones hat. And I went like this. Oh, that's cool. And then I went to go get salt and pepper and I took a picture of them. I think I shared the picture, right? I think I shared it before, but it was pretty interesting. I'll watch that show. I'll watch it. Cynthia Nixon is, of course, on that, and Christine Baranski. Yeah, so I'll check that out. I will definitely check that out. Andrew says, Dean, 100 years ago when the American White House lawn was maintained by sheep, it totally was true. The Brits are obsessed with lawns. Well, yes. What am I missing here? And there's too many trees close to where I live now, so I won't be able to buying a telescope again. But the trade-off is an amazing area and cottage to live in. Well, yeah, you got to look at that way. I'm not going to be next to the subway or the Empire State Building, at some point. And you know what? Fuck it. I don't care. You know what I want? I want something where I can be happy. And you know what, Mart? You're happy. You and Bronson are happy now. And that's all that's important now. And I know you were in a little bit of a personal skirmish too. And hopefully that's all away because you deserve better, my friend. We all deserve better. And look, let's pay it forward. Let's do the right thing. Let's do no harm, which is Joe LaFaro's mantra. Let's do no harm. Let's just try to keep it upbeat and light and helpful, unless somebody's a total douche. And then you can just dismiss them from your world because who cares? Who cares? We don't need any of those meanies anyway. Who cares? We don't need them. Carolyn says Bronson is gorgeous. He's just unbelievable. You guys you're all beautiful. And thank you so much, guys. That's the show. 6:28 tonight. I'll be back tomorrow for Welcome Whatever Wednesdays. Whatever, whenever we're at terrace apart, and I would never burn a... I don't know the rest of the song, but it's a great Burt Bacharach, Hal David song. Love you guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Remember to hold the door open. Remember to say please and thank you. And remember, if you meet somebody, famous or non-famous, they could be Sarah Jessica Parker. They could be Joe Schmo. Who cares? It could be somebody. Who cares? Nobody cares. Nobody gives a shit. Give them the benefit of the doubt. Be helpful. Go the extra mile. Do what you can. Because you know what? Let those people prove themselves to be douchebags. Let them do it. You know what? Because you're a good person at the end of the day. And maybe they're just a